Good evening and welcome to the Daily Voice presented by VNN, bringing you today's top 5 Canadian news stories on April 17th, 2025. Let's get started. Last night, the first French-language debate ahead of Canada's April 28th federal election turned into a fiery face-off. Prime Minister Mark Carney, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, NDP's Jagmeet Singh, and Bloc Québécois Yves-François Blanchet clashed on trade, housing, and climate change. Trump's 25% tariffs set the tone, with Poilievre accusing Liberals of economic mismanagement, while Carney defended his global finance credentials. The housing crisis was front and center. Poilievre pushed deregulation, Carney pushed balance. On climate, both major parties backed oil production, with green caveats. Tensions flared over immigration, especially in Quebec, where asylum claims are rising. A lighter moment came when leaders admitted boycotting U.S. products, with Carney confessing he no longer buys American wine. The English debate airs tonight, and it could shift national momentum. Tonight marks the final showdown before Canada heads to the polls. At 7 p.m. Eastern, the leaders of the 4 major federal parties will go head-to-head in a nationally televised English-language debate that could define the outcome of this election. Liberal leader Mark Carney, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, NDP's Jagmeet Singh, and Bloc's Yves-François Blanchet will face tough questions on affordability, climate, public safety, national security, and Trump's tariffs. The pressure's especially high for Carney, whose shaky French performance and slipping poll numbers have raised eyebrows. Hosted by Steve Paikin and broadcast live across CTV platforms, this is the final chance for leaders to make their case before millions of early voters head to the polls. As Canadians weigh their future, tonight's debate may be the final spark that shifts undecided votes. Stay tuned. This one could change everything. The RCMP is searching for a woman and her 2 children who went missing after trying to cross into Canada illegally near Godmanchester, Quebec, 65 kilometers southwest of Montreal. Authorities say the family was part of a larger group trying to avoid official border points. 3 others from the group have been apprehended, but the woman and her kids remain unaccounted for in dense woods. Police are using helicopters and K9 units in the search. This case underscores a growing wave of irregular crossings, especially since President Trump resumed office. Roxham Road and other unofficial entry points have seen a spike in foot traffic. No identities have been released, but officials say the situation remains critical as the search intensifies. Canada's push into quantum computing is paying off, big time. At the University of Waterloo's Institute for Quantum Computing, researchers are transforming theory into startups, breakthroughs, and national impact. With over 3,000 published papers and 20-plus companies spun off, Waterloo is now a global quantum hotspot. Graduate researchers are encoding electrons into qubits, simulating materials, and even developing sensors for aerospace. The secret? Collaboration. Chemists, physicists, and engineers all work under one roof. With over $2.7 million raised, Canada's investment in quantum innovation is driving economic growth and scientific leadership. From the lab to the marketplace, Canada's quantum future is here, and it's happening at Waterloo. Canada's snap federal election is set for April 28th, just weeks after Mark Carney took over as Prime Minister. The Liberals triggered the early vote following Trudeau's resignation and Trump's aggressive tariffs. Carney, Poilievre, and Singh are the major contenders. Voters don't choose a prime minister. They elect members of parliament in 343 ridings. The leader of the party with the most seats forms government. Right now, the Liberals and Conservatives are neck and neck in the polls. Major issues: U.S. trade, inflation, housing, and jobs. To vote, you must be a Canadian citizen, 18 or older, and bring ID. With global uncertainty rising, this election could reshape Canada's future. That's all for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us on The Daily Voice, presented by VNN. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time.